Good morning, I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico style. I'm in my Amy Winehouse tribute look today.
You are. You got the hair, the eyes, and everything.
Yeah, I did it as a tribute, and we'll talk about that, of course, in a moment. But it was easy to, feel comfortable walking out the door this morning. It was a little cooler, a little damp and humid, but a little cooler.
Yeah, it was nice, especially after all the showers and storms we got last night in and around the area. And I have a really cool photo, which coming up in the weather, where a guy actually snapped a picture of the lightning coming down from Isotopes Park with his iPhone. Talk about timing.
Yeah,
just a lightning streak.
He got the actual strike of lightning. That's cool. I saw about 1 billion of them last night. I was driving home. I was telling you, I was coming from like Paseo and Wyoming area, right? It was so frightening around 8:40-ish. It was so scary. I've never seen the roads like that. And all the time I've lived here, I've never seen it like this, where I had my windshield wipers on at the highest speed. I couldn't see anything. And the lightning was the only thing that helped me see the road. Yeah. That's how scary it was.
It was. We had some heavy rain, and the storms not moving too quickly either. They weren't the slowest movers that we've seen, but they weren't moving pretty fast, so it was easy to get some flooding. And we did. We saw a lot of rain. We're going to see a little bit more of that, and of course that's coming up in the forecast.
Yes. In the meantime, going back to Amy Winehouse, autopsy reports are expected today, which will tell us the cause of the death of the 27-year-old talented singer.
Meantime, fans are leaving flowers, photos, and candles outside the London home where the Grammy winner was found dead Saturday.
This makes me sad. Winehouse won 5 Grammy Awards and shot to international fame after the release of her sophomore album, Back to Black. And may I say, I don't know what type of music everybody listens to, but no matter what you like, you really should listen to Back to Black. It is such a good album. It has every element. It's got a little Motown sound, because she has a little bit of that Supreme throwback, which was one of her mentors. It also has a little bluesy, a little R&B, a little pop. It's like it's a great album, I have to tell you.
Well, a lot of people are actually getting it. iTunes, the #1 album seller of the weekend, Back to Black.
I just hate to think that you have to die to become that popular. I mean, the woman was so talented, and it just makes me sad that, we lost her at such a young age. And it's just sometimes so sad that it's once somebody's gone that everybody starts to recognize them for what they were. And I don't know, but one way or the other, I hope that the autopsy report comes back. Our producer was actually telling me she heard that they were saying that she actually had laid off all of the hard drugs that she was on at one point in time, and that she was getting back to health, and that this could be a seizure that caused her death.
Yeah, conflicting reports. There have been reports that she was involved in some drugs and it gotten really bad right before this happened, and then also reports that she'd done away with it, but because of all the drugs that she'd done in the past, that her nervous system couldn't take any more. Perhaps it could be a seizure. So I guess we'll have to wait and see.
She battled for sure. It's sad. I hate to hear that talented people have to have those kind of battles within themselves, but hopefully we'll get good news as to what what the reason was, and hopefully her family and friends that know that everybody, of course, has them in their prayers. So that said, on a higher note, the premiere of Cowboys and Aliens, the eagerly anticipated summer blockbuster, which was shot right here in New Mexico, dazzled fans at Comic-Con International this weekend.
Yeah, invading the San Diego Civic Theater were Hollywood's A-list Daniel Craig, Harrison Ford, Olivia Wilde, Sam Rockwell, Steven Spielberg, and Ron Howard.
I think the film that we've made doesn't exactly follow the comic book, but I think it's a great title. It's a very catchy title. But it's not a jokey movie. It's a serious Western in many ways.
This is the perfect Comic-Con movie because it combines 2 adventure genres. It's sci-fi and it's Western together. It's perfect because it's original material, something new, and that's, I think what fans are really thirsty for, something that's not derivative of another product. It's involving so many of the filmmakers and actors that people here have loved for years, whose careers they've really supported, between Ron Howard, and Jon Favreau, and Steven Spielberg, and of course Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig.
These fans, they love their stars, they love their movies, they have very specific, cultivated tastes. They know cinema, they know genre, and they're not just going to jump after something because they're being marketed to. They have to see the goods. And I've had really good fortune in showing them footage from films that were in the process of being made, like Iron Man 2. I showed them footage from this a year ago, and it just worked out. The dates worked out, and we said, why not? Let's do something nobody's done before. Let's actually bring the whole premiere and red carpet to Comic-Con.
Of John. I love Jon Favreau. He's so cool.
Yeah.
Such a good actor and director.
Yeah, and he was saying that originally they were thinking about shooting the movie in 3D, but then they decided when they tried it out that they didn't quite like it as much. They thought it was more realistic to do it in 2D, and like Harrison Ford was saying, they wanted to keep it more Wild Wild West serious until, of course, the aliens come in, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Right, and the red carpet extravaganza actually marks the first time Comic-Con has allowed a movie premiere of this size and scope during the weekend's festivities. Cowboys and Aliens actually opens nationwide on Friday.
So excited about that.
Yeah, looks good.
Now, Pottermania seems to have died down a little bit for the box office weekend. The highly anticipated Captain America, the first Avenger, opened this weekend and shot right into first place, grossing $65.8 million.
That's right. Nice. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 took in $48 million. I can't help it, I have to do the accent. Took in $40 million this weekend, $48 million, and has earned $7 billion worldwide. That's a lot of money.
And comedy Friends with Benefits earned $18.5 million. You saw that one over
Loved
the weekend.
it. And Transformers, Dark of the Moon, and Horrible Bosses rounded out the top 5. Yes, I saw Friends with Benefits. Remember on Friday we were saying, I wonder if it's a lot like No Strings Attached. It's a similar premise because it's friends with benefits, so no strings attached, you know, you get the point.
Yes.
But that said, this one was a little lighter. The chemistry between Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake was awesome.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I want to see that. That's definitely on my priority list to see. I love Justin Timberlake. He's so funny. And I want to see him more on SNL.
Oh, he has a moment of where he raps in the movie. He raps in the movie. It's so good. It's not like in Bad Teacher where he plays kind of a nerdy kind of character.
He was such a weird guy.
So off the Justin Timberlake kind of, you know, mode. But I'll tell you what, if you do want to see a light movie, you want to have a good time, it's a romantic comedy, and it plays to the romantic comedy, you know, the exact formula. However, I will tell you, it's one of those that I have to own. I know I'll watch it a billion times.
Right.
I just loved it.
It's a good one to throw on. And I want to see that, and I want to see Cowboys and Aliens.
I do want to see it.
I'm super excited about seeing that. I've heard so many good things, and of course, been anticipating. Remember they had the really good trailers running during the Super Bowl for it. So they have been getting ready for this for a while.
Yes. And I love to see that there's so many big budget movies that are shot here. And I love to see all of the, you know, the New Mexico flavor and the New Mexico style, everywhere. I mean, it's great. It's so exciting to see that, and it just really puts New Mexico on the map in Hollywood as well. So, I mean, why go to Hollywood? Come to New Mexico.
Yeah, and you got Captain America, the first Avenger, out
Thor
right now.
was here.
And of course, he's here right now taping.
That's right.
Chris Evans for the Avengers, which they'll be taping all year, and hopefully there'll be some sightings around. Because
there was a Scarlett Johansson sighting the other night.
Where?
I can't remember now. I'll let you know, but I know it was just really recently. I think, I heard she was at Andaluz. What's the restaurant? Lucia. That's where I heard she was.
Nice.
Yes. So we saw you. We didn't see you, but somebody did, Scarlett. Meanwhile, hopefully the Avengers are enjoying our exciting New Mexico weather we've been having.
We're finally back into monsoon season, the typical pattern that we should be. And here's a look at the details.